Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Victini News. I am your host, Cuban. We got reports after week 1 of people saying a three-headed bird is chasing them to hit them with Brave Bird, while others mention a creature in their teapot looking to drain them. After dispatching our experts, we can assure everyone that these reports and rumors are wrong. So you can all relax and we can look back into what happened in week 1. We start our recap with the first match of week 1 between the Boom Burst Bergkamen and the Tennessee Titans. This match started with a lot of switching as both teams tried to scout each other's moves, but getting into a good position. Blissey and Kingdra managed to trade some heavy hits, but it was Talonflame who struck first blood, taking out the Glass Trio. Jemima came prepared with a little trick called Special Flygon, revealing Boom Burst and Throat Spray to confirm the revenge kill on Talonflame. The Titans managed to get an even bigger advantage after a questionable switch from Malikalikos sacking his Gastrodon, which also gave Blissey a chance to get a large chunk of its HP back. Before we saw Jemima play the Skunk Tank with the Sandslash Alola 1v1 perfectly, securing the KO. The game ended with Flygon picking up 2 more kills with Boom Burst, and Blissey once again proved that it was unbreakable, dodging Salazzle's attack and securing a 2-0 victory for Jemima and the Tennessee Titans. That is 1 win more than he had in Season 8. In our second match, we saw the Maryland Misfits making their debut with Coach Meta against New York Low Kicks' CB Fries. The match started with a bang. CB Fries' Taurus Aqua managed to one-hit KO Florges, giving him an early advantage. But Meta didn't take this loss too bad, as in turn 3, Kuparaja hit the field, terrestrializing on the right turn to dodge at close combat while setting up iron defense. Then Meta made the right decision again as he clicks Ghost Terra Blast against the normal type in front of him, one-hit KOing the Monkidori on the switch-in. This was not the last time Meta got his reads right, as he managed to correctly predict when Ursaring would go Terra Steel, trying to hit a Heat Wave, missing the first one, but still in the end managing to kill the Ursaring, but not without taking a lot of damage. Enough damage for the Taurus Paldean Aqua from CB Fries to take it out with Aqua Jet. The game ends when Meta came with a brave double switch to reset his Choice Scarf on his Taurus Paldean Blaze, so he could end up with close combat to take out the Taurus Paldea Aqua and the Houndoom for the 2-0 victory. Going over to our third match, we had the Titletown Tyrantrums from Grixie facing off against the Scarlet Knights from Pandemonium. This was a slow start as well, as there was a lot of switching between each Pokemon, trying to position them in a good spot. In turn 11, Pandemonium went on the offensive with a Quiver Dance on Rabombi, but it got killed by the Dragalge, who only took 46% from a +1 Moonblast. Trying again, Pandemonium this time used Driftblim to set up, even securing it behind a substitute. Once again, Grixie had an answer, as he triple axled the Driftblim to get rid of it. This is where the Scarlet Knights had an amazing idea. Setting up with Regirock and Iron Defense. And it worked. He got burnt by Torkoal, but that didn't stop it from rampaging, killing Duxpan and Inteleon as well, before getting KO'd by the Dragalge. Electrode took the revenge kill, and even though Palmot got the kill on Quillfish, Tatsugiri took the 1v1 win against Palmot, before Liviani took the final kill for the Tyrantrums. But that wasn't enough, as Terra Ice Electrode managed to finish the match for a 1-0 victory for Pandemonium. For the fourth match, we have Drakion and the Carolina Incineros against Viking and the Oslo Okotogis. Early on, Sableye got an important poison on the Zoroark, revealing it for basically the rest of the match, without having really to think about it, just look for the poison Pokemon. But we had to wait until turn 19 for our first KO. Magneton managed to KO the Samurott, with Altaria taking out the Magneton for a revenge kill. Sableye came back to set up screens, and then got KO'd by Espeon. The screens did allow Cloth to come in, Sword Stance and Trailblaze, and it started taking names. Starting with Espeon, then Cleavor, and then Zoroark, before Guluk took the Cloth and Breloom out. There was the question in the Victini news team why Breloom didn't just Mach Punch the Golok there, as it was Terra Steel. But we aren't sure if it would have actually changed the outcome, as Altaria came back and ended the match with 2 more Brave Birds, giving Viking the 1-0 victory.
Checking out our 5th game.
The Green Bay Pinsir got their debut against the mono-normal team, the Ottawa Ordinaries, from lack of interest. Not a good start for Maushold and Victini, as it first got paralyzed by Thunderwave and then unceremoniously KO'd by a close combat from Gramble, only clicking U-turn once. And Diddy did the opposite, as it showed its strength in Psychic Terrain, with Expanding Force doing an incredibly high amount of damage, nearly taking out Earthworm and Cyclosaur. A few turns later, Komala managed to survive a body press with 1%. But that was enough for it to take the KO against the Earthworm. With Dracloak getting the revenge kill, a new challenger approached for the Pinsers, Taurus, who used a combination of Throat Chop and Body Slam to put 3 Pokemons on low HP, the perfect assist for Dodrio, who came charging through Redshirt's team, brave birding and killing 3 members, before it had to drop back to reset the attack drop, sacrificing Snorlax in the process. But as soon as it came back, it continued where it left off, taking out Cyclosaur and Leafeon with 2 more Brave Birds, ending the game on 1% and 5 kills for a 2-0 victory for the Ottawa Ordinaries. In match 6, we saw Tube and the Moss Deep Mudkips facing Nif and the dead droid Drifblims. Tube had a good start, managing to set up Chinchino with Tidy Up, taking out the Tentacruel, but Nif made sure it won't come to more, as he had Vacuum Wave on Virizion, taking out the Chinchino. There was a bit more trading until we had Rotom Fan vs Colossal, who predicted the Terra Steel from Rotom Fan to put it on 5%. Rotom barely survived, or would have if it wasn't for the burn. The burn KOs Rotom, giving Colossal his first kill. His second kill came right after, when Morgrem succumbed to its para and took the Flamethrower to hit 0 HP. On some brighter notes for Tube, Miss Magius managed to take out the paralyzed Staraptor without taking any damage, but it gave Sylveon the stage to spam Hyper Voice. And that is all what it needed. 3 kills in quick succession, giving Nif the 4-0 victory. The second to last match had the NC Noble Roar from They Call Me Gage, fighting Victini veteran Red Sox Alex and his Fighting Lando Tease. As it was a theme in week 1, a slow beginning with lots of pivoting, small damage trades and knockoffs. It looked like Mudsdale got into a dangerous position where it got 2 stamina boosts and roared out the incoming Serena. Sadly for it, the second roar brought her right back. Maybe he could have won the 1v1, leaving that with barely any HP, but he chose to switch out. Our first kill happened on turn 11, when Serena took out Slowbro Galar, taking massive damage in the process. After a few switches, Swalot came in, Terra watered and started spamming Sludge Bombs, killing Gurdur, who got parried twice in a row. Man, paras and slow starts really was the theme of this week. After the death of Gurdur, it was time for Glaceon to take out Swalot. Gage did do a mistake here in team building, as he gave Swallowed the black sludge instead of leftovers, especially with Sticky Hold, since it caused him to take damage every turn instead of healing after the Terra. Mudsdale actually won the 1v1 against Serena, as he technically got the kill with an Earthquake, and even got to set up with a +6 stamina boost, thanks to Cloyster. But the roar once again betrayed him. He roared out the one Pokemon in Gage's team that had special moves, Galvantula, who took the present of a free kill. Lycanroc tried a hero play going Swords Dancing, taking out Sandaconda, but Ambipom managed to defeat it with Fake Out. And Ambipom also did enough damage for Cloyster and Galvantula to clean it up after it got KO'd by the Incineroar for a 2-0 victory for Gage. And it's time for Match of the Week. Lord Quall and the Denver Flare Blitz against Supreme Omega and the New York Hydreigons. This match started as what we expected from Lord Quall's team, quick and high damage hitters switching between the big defensive walls. Supreme showed his tactic early, Sunny Day Persian, to support the Trevenant with Harvest. In turn 11, Trevenant took out Revavroom and then Cypher after eating his first Citrus Berry. Seeing Poltergeist appear, he quickly left the field, and this is where Poltergeist decided the game is over. Calm minding up, Giga draining its HP back, waiting out to taunt so it can strength sap again. It looked like it was truly over. Trev ate his second Citrus Berry, trying to defeat the Teapot. But it was a rampage. Persian, Quagsire, the Dunsparce, Rotom Heat all fell one after another. The Gardevoir even struggling to death. But then it happened. Flinch, Hornleech. The Teapot was gone. Now it was Trevenant against Diancie, Jolteon, and Alola Golem. The third Citrus Berry eaten, the fourth Citrus Berry eaten, a fifth Citrus Berry eaten, a sixth Citrus Berry eaten, and Golem falls as Trevenant ate his seventh Citrus Berry. Jolteon dies as Trevenant ate his eighth one. As Diancie hit the field, Trevenant ate his ninth Citrus Berry. And this was the final one he needed to defeat the Diancie, ending the game in a reverse sweep for the 1-0 victory for Supreme Omega. What just happened? This was truly an anime moment from Trevenant, turning into the main character of this week. As we are checking out our current kill leader top 5, we see the Trevenant all the way at the top, but closely followed from Dodrio and Tauros Paldea Blaze, who is showing who the best Tauros in this tier is. On 4th, we have Poltergeist, who got 4 kills as Gardevoir struggled to death, denying that kill. Rounding up the top 5, we have Sylveon from Niv and Altaria from Viking, both on 3 kills and 0 deaths. It is time for a fan favorite segment, Nickname of the Week and Favorite Set of the Week. For Nickname of the Week, we have Cypher from Lord Quall, called Manscape. This nickname is brought to you by Manscape. When playing draft, you gotta use the right mons for the job. Cypher is what you want, and your score will thank you. He has dual wing beat, high speed, good attack, and his package even comes with a free Evilite. I feel like I was just paid to do this. Anyway, for our set of the week, we have Espeon. Wait, that is Zoroark, disguised as Espeon. It was an incredible, genius way to disguise the Zoroark from Viking, using typical moves like Agility, Calm Mind, and Psychic to fake the Espeon, being a Dark type in front of the Prankster. Though Espeon also has access to Magic Bounce, so Disable I probably wouldn't have clicked any buttons. Nonetheless, this is the first time I was genuinely not annoyed that I got by a Zoroark. So this was amazing, and this deserves set of the week. Checking our week 2 schedule, we have the Boom Burst Backcommon against the Maryland Misfits. Will Meta continue to win, or will Alicalcos give Meta his first defeat? Then we have the Scarlet Knights against the Tennessee Titans. Last season, Pandemonium won. But Jumama is ready to get some retribution. In the third match, we got the quarter-final rematch from last season. Viking with his Oslo Okidogis looking for revenge against the New York Low Kicks and CB Fries after they ended the Vikings playoff run. Coming up with our match of the week, Lord Quall and the Denver Flare Blitz taking on the Titletown Tarantrums. Both coaches barely lost 1-0 in their first week. Considering how they lost and what the power ranking placed them, this will be an extremely close match to see who gets their first victory in Victini. Two more teams who are looking for their first win are the Green Bay Pinsir from Redshirt and the Carolina Incineroars from Drakeon. The season is young, but you want to get on the board sooner than later. Already on the board is Supremo Mega with his New York High Dragons. They have to play the Moss Deep Mudkips, who will look to bounce back after a losing effort last week. Our second to last match is another Victini veteran showdown. The Fighting Landotees from Red Sox Alex against the Ottawa Ordinaries from Lack of Interest. Alex will do everything to stop the mono-normal hype train before it even departures, while Lack of Interest has already prepared the coal to keep it running. Last but not least, we have the NC Noble Roar and the Detroit Driftblimps. Both teams won their debut match. Now, one of them has to lose. Neither will want to give up that easy. It is gonna be an interesting match. But this is it for the week 2 schedule. Let's check in with Zoroark Hisui and the global trade system.
Hola everyone! Let's see which Pokémons have changed their form. This week we only have Viking making changes, 3 of them in total. Trident turns into Chestnut, Hitmonlee into Warturtle, and Samurott into Muck. Overall, I think these changes look pretty good. Warturtle is a great and cheap spinner. Without flying coverage, the Chestnut can become a real issue, and Muck is generally just better than Samurott as it has a lot more usage. I believe this is an improvement. But this now opens up Hitmonlee, and with terrain being available, someone might want to snatch it for the easy unburden. As this is the final segment, I want to thank you all for supporting Anon Victini and Victini News. I wish every coach good luck, enjoy cooking, and fun for the rest of the week. Goodbye.